Hello, welcome to the Robot VARNAC making video. Today we're going to see how you can easily test a large quantity of light bulbs so you could determine which ones are good and which ones are bad. Today's video will need a few things. An old light fixture, a piece of scrap wood, a pair of metal snips, or in this case is a pair of metal notchers, a Phillips screwdriver, an old AC cord, a wire stripper tool or wire cutters, and some electrical tape. Not seen will be a drill press to drill out the holes to remove the screw and fixture, so you'll be able to put the light bulb in. You don't want to have to waste all this time screwing each and every light bulb. You just want to be able to put it in there for a quick test. So the light bulb threaded portion has been drilled out of the socket. Notice the hot wire connection is left intact, so that won't be disturbed. Remember, when you're wiring up a light bulb socket, the center electrode should be the hot and this socket side should be neutral. Take the metal notchers and notch the socket. So now you'll notice that there's notches in the socket, so now the next step is to flatten out the threads so the bulb will slip in and out of place for faster testing. Take a good pair of pliers and flatten the threads. But by expanding the metal, the socket will no longer fit in the old fixture, so that's why you have to make the notches in there, because the metal fit in the old fixture. You want to try to keep this as safe as possible while being able to change the light bulbs quickly for your testing purposes. You want it to be screwing and unscrewing 50 light bulbs. You want to be able to slide them in there, test them, and get the testing over with. So flatten the threads and safely complete the project. So you see that the bulb now slides in and out, and that it fits into the socket. You'll notice the hole's been drilled out, so by using small nuts and bolts you can reattach the neutral for the electrode and keep the hot separated or away from the light bulb socket. Use some small nuts and bolts and select a screw size that'll fit through the old fixture, so they make sure the bolt goes through. Now once you get the socket back in place, you'll notice that it's been screwed in there. The hot electrode is still intact from the factory, so there's no trouble there, which the hot one being the most dangerous, because it is hot with 120 volts of house current when you're actually using this crazy thing. Exercise the bulb so you could take the bulb in and out for faster testing before you mount it on the piece of scrap wood. You drill a hole big enough to accept the electric cord through the hole, and so I made a little relief here for the cord to run out the back, so it'll sit flat on the table when you're working with it. Don't forget to make the base a little bigger than the fixture, because you'll be holding this when you're testing the light bulbs. Now it's about to be hooked up to a live electricity, so you want to make sure everything's okay. Put a light bulb in there. And there, now you can quickly test a large quantity of light bulbs with a real light socket. I don't think you want to see every light bulb being tested, but you get the idea that this will save you lots and lots of time if you have, like you're a building manager or something, and you have a lot of light bulbs and you want to test them, or even if you go to the hardware store and you get some light bulbs, you want to make sure that they all work. In the old days, a hardware store would have one of these on the counter before you would buy a light bulb for testing. You see those in some old movies sometimes. So as you can see, the light bulb tester was a success, and now you can actually filter daylight bulbs from warm light if you like. So if you want to keep the daylight separated from the warm light bulbs, you can, and you can see it's saving lots and lots of time instead of the old way of screwing on screwing. You don't have to do that with this idea. You just put the bulb in, test it, and you're on your way. Keep the cord from coming out, so I put some caulk on here and put a piece of long packing tape and gluing it in there, so the caulk can keep the cord from coming out of the slot. This is more of a testing light bulb socket. You probably want to mark it so people know that it's a testing light bulb socket, so after you're finished fixing it up and all that, you might want to put a little sign on there saying that it's for testing, so that people know, someone else who might see it or use it, that it's for testing purposes only. So you could put a little sign on there, light bulb testing socket, so everyone will know it's not a regular light bulb socket. If they try putting a light bulb in there or something, or someone wants to use the socket, they'll know it's for testing purposes only.